Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Kingdom Death Monster. So, bit of a messy hunt. We used a lot of rerolls. Only one person still has that reroll, I think. Yep, that would be Sega, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. We'll manage. So we're up to year something. Let's take a quick look at some of the stuff we have right now. We have 2 Tinkers, so it's going to be 4 Endeavors for the returning survivors. 2 for Tinker, for our 2 Tinkers, and then I believe we have like a 30 plus people, so we're going to get 3 more Endeavors from Collective Toil. Population. Yeah, we're at 35, so there'll be another 3 Endeavors, bringing us up to 9, which is not bad. Smaller than what we've usually been getting, but usually we have a full hunt group of Tinkers. We can go ahead and reset Shrine here. Alright, so year 21. I don't believe there's anything special for it. There is not. So we'll go ahead and see what our settlement event is, and go from there. Go ahead and return that. We don't need it. We don't need any of this. Just clear up a little bit of space. We don't need too much of it. Alright. Top card. Plague. Oh boy. This is a fun one to get very early on. Alright, so sickness sweeps through the settlement. Survivors are stricken without warning, made too weak to even care for themselves. Select 4 survivors with at least 1 hunt experience. They are infected. Roll 1d. Each rolls 1d10. Okay. So. I'm going to pick Unzon, I think. I know he has at least 1 hunt experience. Okay. So yeah, we'll take Unzon as one of our infected. Junko, no, Junko doesn't have experience. Who has experience? Nidori. She has at least 1 hunt experience. In fact, she does have 1. Kaneko. And Sune. The survivors of, I think they survived against the hand. Those will be our infected. So those are our 4 infected. So Sune, Kaneko, Nidori, and Unzon. Next, I need to roll 1d10 for each of them. Okay. So I'll do 4d10 in the order of the tabs above. So Sune, Kaneko, Nidori, and Unzon in that order. 4d10, go! Alright, well there's the 1. So 1 and 2, your dead infection spreads. Add plague to the next lantern year on the timeline if it is not already there. She doesn't have a reroll. I'm not going to use a reroll. The others, 3, 9, and 5. So, the 9 is a full recovery. So, that means Nidori is fine. Nidori is fine. And then for Unzon and Kaneko, we have bloodletting? I don't think we do. We do not. Oh, yeah, not yet. No, your body tries to fight the infection. Unless you receive treatment, see below, you will die at the end of the settlement phase. Alright. So right now we have plague on the next year of the Lantern timeline, but we have a endeavor that we can do that requires ammonia, and if we could get a 9+ on it, we can completely purge the sickness. So this is what makes plague nasty, because essentially every year you're going to have at least 4 survivors with 1 hunt experience, because you get hunt experience from going on hunts, and you just people will just keep dying, and it gets rough. Some of the safer ways, of course, is you can get yourself in a situation where you only come back with very few people with hunt experience, but since I have so many people with hunt experience, the plague's going to spread quite a bit. So, with all that, we do get an endeavor for the person that just died. So we got that. And then let's go ahead and get let's go ahead and just start dealing with so I'm pretty sure I can't swap the result if I picked up bloodletting now, so I'm not going to worry about it. I have 10 endeavors now, so let's just go ahead and get started. So slash roll, 1d10, boop, 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 9. Oh, thank God. Oh my God, thank you. So all infected survivors receive treatment. The settlement resists the infection. If plague is currently on the timeline, remove it. So that's why I didn't bother putting it on the timeline, because there was I was going to try to get it removed. So that's been resolved. We don't need to worry about this anymore. Everyone is safe, except of course, we lost poor Nidori here. So we'll go ahead and add her to the dead. Which will bring us down to a population of 34. Do we have any matchmakers, by the way? Prepared and prepared. No matchmakers this time. Pretty sure we've used up all of our matchmakers at this point. All right. So with all that said and done, let's pull up the survivor sheet, population, edit. There's Nidori, by Nidori. Save changes. Alright, so population down to 34, not a huge deal. And we'll add you to the dead. Also, technically we have 2 unnames in here as well, so you know what, we're just going to take those unnames and we'll represent them with this thing here. That's what I usually use if they're unnamed survivors. Because we had a few extra males just in case we had any issues earlier with like breeding. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. We'll go ahead and do an endeavor to innovate. So bone, hide, and 1 beefsteak forward organ. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. We'll literally draw half this deck, so that's going to be fun. And what do we get? Oh, hello. Whoa. All right. Partnership. Nominate 2 survivors. They pair off and each gain the partner ability. A survivor may be nominated for partnership once per lifetime. When you both arrive, gain survival up to the survival limit. Partners may only nominate each other for intimacy. When a partner dies, the remaining partner gains a random disorder and loses this ability. So it used to be a lot worse. It used to give maybe +1 strength if you were right next to each other when attacking a monster. This effect where it gives you max survival upon arrival if both of you arrive is pretty cool actually. So not too shabby there. Pictograph gives us the ability to run away, which I may or may not take advantage of. We got storytelling. This can get you white speaker events, which are honestly terrible. They're really, really bad. I mean, you can, unless you rolled a 9 or a 10 on it, you generally get bad things happening to you. The Departing Survivor's 3 Insanity isn't too shabby, though. And then there's Scarification, which we've gone over before. Gets you that +1 courage, and of course you can risk losing movement and things like that. So, we have a few things left in the box. We can get access to records. If we take storytelling, and Pictograph gets us access to Memento Mori. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Pictograph. It has its uses. So we'll take Pictograph, and that's going to give us access to Memento Mori. Go. So now we can run away. So that's a way of getting your survivor, way for a survivor to get out of a hunt or a showdown without just dying, because otherwise there's no way of fleeing. All right, Memento Mori. All right. So there's a... We're down to 8 endeavors left. Yep, that sounds about right. So, let's go ahead and... We're going to... we'll do Shrine next. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. 1d10. Alright, as always, we get the +1 armor. Always good to have. Okay. Anything else of note? We might want to consider doing face painting. Maybe, but I'll decide that in a bit. I don't desperately need the population at this point. What do we need for the next piece of our lantern set? That's probably important. We have the... what is it? We have... we have the greaves, the mail, and the helmet. We need the cuirass and the gauntlets, and they both require 2 iron each, and a ton of hide. So, yeah. I'm kind of better off just holding on to the broken lantern pieces for the moment. Unless we can get... Unless I can get 2 more broken lanterns, it's not going to be enough. Let's see. How's Ringo doing? Sega, Shikieki. Do you have a... No, you don't. Okay. So... Alright, so I think I'm going to have Yugi check for, do some scrap scavenging. I think that's going to be the plan. It's not the best option, but it's something. So, 1d10, Yugi going on scrap scavenging. 5, spend 1 survival dice, I'll do that. 2, 3, alright, so we get 1 scrap. That was from 3 endeavors, and I've lost 2 survival on her. Bring her down to 2. Okay, and then let's go ahead and keep going. We have 4 endeavors left. 1 more. 2 more. Okay. So we used up 2 more. Lost 1 more survival, but we got another scrap. Alright, so that puts us at exactly 6. Which is enough to make 2 iron. So let's go ahead and spend an endeavor to smelt. That'll be 1d10. 3 might not be enough. Three is enough to make convert 3 into 1 iron. So we're good on that. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to that was enough to get 1 iron. Okay, let me check something real quick. So there's that. I spent an endeavor on that, endeavor on that. So that brought it down to... Alright. Recounting real quick. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we got 10 because 1 person died. We spent 1 to cure everybody, so it's down to 9. Did innovation, brings it down to 8. Did shrine, brings it down to 7. And then we did 1, 2, 3, brings it down to 4. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I have 1 left. And I'm going to go ahead and use that to do another smelting. Alright. Okay, so that'll be enough to get all of our iron. But we don't have enough. We don't have any endeavors left to actually make the leather that we need. But that's okay. That's a start. So we have 2 irons. If we're lucky, we can try to get one more from mining and go from there. I can't convert anything over to love juice or anything like that, so we're kind of good on that front. Let's go ahead and we'll hold on to 2 herbs. And convert the other 2 into dried acanthus. We have a cyclops fly and a sword beetle, which is enough for these 2, so we'll just make copies of those and paste. Okay, so we'll put these away. Alright, and that just leaves all of this. I don't really have anything super I want to craft right now. I think I'm going to wait. My goal is to try to finish the lantern set and then go for go immediately for the Watcher. The only issue, of course, is I don't want to hit the next Hooded Knight until I don't want to hit the next Hooded Knight. Period. So there's that. We got a level 3 Butcher on the way. So one way or the other, we're going to need to spend all of our resources, because if we lose against the Butcher, we're going to lose all our resources anyway. So we got that going for us. Alright, so real quick, get rid of these. Make 2 copies of this. And I think that might be it. Pretty uneventful, to be honest, but it's not terrible. We can definitely continue going on hunts with this particular group. So there's no issues there. Yeah, I think that might be fine. That's probably the fastest settlement phase ever. I'm just trying to see if there's really anything else. I mean, all I can really do now is craft if I want to craft. I'll definitely need to make note of all the stuff I have here. Oh, we did get a skull. I need to give someone +1 insanity from the hunt. I will give... So I get 1 insanity. I do need to pick someone else to go hunting. Ringo is going to go ahead and retire now that she is Clubmaster. I might consider... I wouldn't mind trying to get a new weapon, but there's not really that many weapons I like to mess with. Like I like the Zound, I like the great weapons. The problem is generally the great weapons that you can get is one that you can at least use while moving is the Zanbato, but the Zanbato is somehow frail, of all things. We got axes, we've done mace. I can technically attempt dagger, but dagger is not that good. I'm generally, I think whips are kind of cool, but the whips, if we want to make a leather whip, we need to convert stuff to leather, which we don't have the endeavors for. Spear is an option, but there's not really any good spears besides the lantern spear if you can get a hold of it, or the lantern halberd. Katana you can't get specialized in, at least unless you're doing the Sunstalker stuff. Yeah, unfortunately it looks like a lot of swords and stuff like that is kind of the general consensus. Let's take a look at Zanbato real quick. I don't think I can do Zanbato because it requires a great cat bone, and that will require us to actually hunt a great cat. Which I might do, just to change things up, but we'll see. So, Zanbato. Devastating 1. Whenever you wound, you can inflict 1 additional wound. So you double wound with 1 attack, which has its uses. I might go for it. It's frail, it's deadly, which is nice, but it's slow, which means you only attack once with it unless you're frenzied. And it's a 2-handed weapon. So maybe we'll go for a level 2 White Lion just to change things up a bit. And get that taken care of. I don't plan on ever hunting a Phoenix. Unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that you can get from the Phoenix are just not good. It has the same issues as a lot of things where like they decided to make things frail. And it's like, well, I'm not going to use a weapon that can just break on me in the middle of combat. Or at least, unless I can, find a way around it. Yeah, even the Muramasa is frail, which is not the best. We're definitely going to use the Muramasa at some point. It's just we have to decide when. Anything else of note? No. I think we're good to go. All right, so yeah, I guess we're not going to craft anything yet. We'll see about hunting a white lion next time, which will kind of change things up a little bit. We won't get as many resources, which is unfortunate, but thanks to the ultimate weapon, we should be able to pick. If we don't get the resource we need, we can just go and grab it, essentially. And if we get a great cat bone, I can see about grabbing the whiskers instead and making ourselves a whisker harp just to have. And go from there. We can also get Frenzy Drink, which can force a frenzy, which has its uses as well. But yeah, I think I might go for a Zanbato and see about doing some great weapon stuff. We're not going to get specialized. It's just that will require nightmare training shenanigans, which we're probably not going to get done. So yeah, there's nothing else to work on. I will see about who we're going to send next and go from there. I am The Depressed Eeyore, and this was Kingdom Death Monster. See you guys next time.